The 7-foot piano is often the sweet spot for piano manufacturers. Today we're looking at 3 of the top brands, and we're going to be comparing their 7-foot piano. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Patrick Marr with Alamo Music. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, sign up for notifications, like our videos, and leave us comments. We love to interact with you. So today, Ted, we have a real special treat. There's 3 amazing pianos behind us, all over 7 feet. They're just incredible, incredible instruments from 3 of the top brands, like we said. So the top brands, and this is how we kind of describe top brands, is they're units sold and dollar amounts sold in a year. These are the top 3 manufacturers. So we have Yamaha, we have a C7, which is a 7'6". We have a Steinway Model B, which is going to be right at 7 feet. And then we have a Shigeru Kawai SK-7, which is part of the Kawai umbrella, but it's that Shigeru Kawai 7'6" piano that they make. Just really excited to hear these. They're on the spectrum. They're very different, especially in the public opinion's eye. These 3 all kind of start at different points in time and in sound. They have very different starting points. So Ted, just real quick, we were talking history earlier, but I'd love to hear your perspective on why Steinway is who they are, Yamaha and Kawai.
Well, yeah, the bottom line is that Steinway has been making pianos for longer than any of the 3 we're looking at. Steinway is the longest term manufacturer, and they've also had the longest term marketing plan. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are not aware that Steinway used to sponsor artists to travel worldwide and play on their pianos. And so they have marketing, they have a longer term of manufacturing pianos, but most importantly, since I'd say the 40s forward, is that the Steinway Sons pianos have probably been recorded in classical and Broadway and show music more than any other piano. Mm-hmm. But in the 60s and through the 70s, Yamaha was very aggressive in promoting and marketing their grand pianos. And their grand pianos really took to the jazz and the pop and even the Christian world because they were a little bit more affordable than the Steinways. And then, of course, the whole time, Kawai has been manufacturing with one goal: to make the most perfect piano in the world. And I'm pretty sure they've achieved that with the Shigeru Kawai. I've never heard anyone complain anything about a Shigeru Kawai. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's really important is that the piano competitions, whether it's a junior or collegiate, or a lot of times even professionals just get together on a stage and play, like the college professors and stuff. And so you have these 3 manufacturers present on the stage. You can play a 9-foot Steinway or Kawai or Yamaha piano. And based on the program, the players get to spend as much time as they want with each instrument and pick the one that they want for their performance. And they're grading. That's the most important thing, is they're throwing their college career and their future as a classical pianist in some events on which instrument they play. Yeah,
no, that's exactly. We've as here in San Antonio, we've taken part in many performances.
It's a unique experience.
And many competitions, and usually you're right on the money. They have 3 pianos right there to choose from, and these contestants get a day with them, and they get to record what they think is the best sound on it. And they're putting their name at stake here with one of these instruments. So it's very important that
it is
to choose the right one.
And we also don't put price tags on them.
Oh, yeah.
Because not like a college student's going to be able to buy one, but that really does remove all the element of psychiatric damage.
Mm-hmm. And trust us, they're all very, very expensive.
Yeah, they're
and so as far as a tone profile, I know a lot of people want to say, well, is Steinway darker, a warmer sound? Is Yamaha brighter, more present sound? Where does Kawai fall on the spectrum? And I know this is a matter of not only opinion, but of voicing and technicians' work. But
True.
But speaking to that as a player, what have you seen in your time playing thousands of instruments through your lifetime? Do they fall on a spectrum of...
They really do. And
Mm-hmm.
I personally believe that each and every piano manufacturer, not just these 3, tries and attempts to make the most generic center, middle line sounding piano as possible. And a technician can alter that. You can make one piano sound a lot like another one and stuff like that. And today with digital EQ, you can alter a lot. But to play and to feel the feedback from the instrument and to receive the tone kind of through your fingers and the vibrations, it has a lot to do with the touch. And so today we're focusing on the tone. So I'm trying to cut all that stuff with action and feedback through the fingers and through the action. I'm trying to alleviate all that and just try to get to the tone.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, that's why I refer to the recorded sound of a piano, because people go, no, that piano sounds different. This one sounds different. Sometimes you get a bell-like tone. And the Yamahas, when they first started getting recorded, were known for quote unquote a bell-like tone. But that's something that Steinway used to advertise on. And so I don't know if that's one trying to pick up on an old concept or another one, but at the same time, they're all fun instruments to play, and they're all very inspiring to play.
Yeah, of course. And so we don't want to talk forever on these. We really want to get the playing going on what these sound like. And we're really curious what you guys think. This is one of those things, one person might hear it one way, one person might hear it another way. But we're going to play these for you. We're going to give you guys a sound demo. We're going to play the same thing on all three of these so that you guys can see, hey, this one sounds like this one sounds like that. Even if you guys want to rank them even in the comments, I feel like that might be a fun little exercise for you. But yeah, so let's check it out. Let's listen and take a listen.
Have some fun playing. So what'd you think of that playing there, Patrick?
I mean, you guys are the experts on YouTube, but that was amazing sounding.
Well, the point I wanted to make is this. The piano sounds different if someone else is playing it other than me. So when I play it, it's kind of like inviting people to see what they think of the differences in tones, because there's too much that goes into playing to pay 100% attention, and then it's not as enjoyable to listen to if you have to pay attention to what you're doing.
That's very true. And I always tell this to the players too. And when I sit and play, you put inflections differently on what you're hearing in the instrument and what it's giving back to you. So really the expression has a lot to do with how these sound.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we want to know what you guys think. Again, these are Yamaha C7, a Shigeru Kawai SK-7, and it's the Steinway Model B. Ted, real quick, where would you find these pianos traditionally?
You would probably find the Steinway Sons. If it's a university, that means every piano in the university will be a Steinway Son, but they'll also be in concert halls throughout the world. All of these will. Some concert halls or music venues will have these, and sometimes a Kawai, Yamaha, Steinway. Sometimes you see a Bosendorfer on the stage at what I call a premier venue, which is where you have a competition of players. That right there is one spot where you could find them, but then you have to find who's providing the pianos. But different stores have them, but at the same time in recording studios, okay, what does the studio focus on? Is it a classical studio? Is it a big studio where they have an orchestra? It's probably going to be a Steinway that'll sit in there. A lot of times it could be, lately a lot of Shigeru Kawais are showing up on worldwide stages in places like that, particularly opera houses in Europe. And an opera house is one place where you have a lead soprano and a lead tenor, and hopefully they agree on their piano preference, because as we're talking tone, that is exactly what goes into the opera world and into the world of solo violinists or flautists, whatever instrument they play. They're very particular about which tone of piano they want with their orchestra.
Okay, and I guess some of the things I've heard over the years have been positioning these instruments a little bit more directly. And so when I hear people ask, "Hey, I'm interested in a C3 or C7," it's part of that conservatory line. I always, I lived in Nashville for a couple years, and in those recording studios, they almost exclusively have Yamahas in country music and in pop, because it does cut through a little bit more. It's a little more present, I would say, in the mix. And and again, this is a voicing thing, but Yamaha has that reputation.
Right.
And so you do see a lot of these in, like you said, in pop music and jazz and country music. You see Yamaha Conservatory Series. I would say Steinways, you see them on concert halls primarily. They're the kind of the player's choice when it comes to classical music, and it's people are just used to seeing a Steinway on the stage with an orchestra behind them. And then Shigeru Kawai has really made a name for itself in the last 20 years. It's only been around for 20 years, that specialized manufacturing of what a piano can be. Kawai has been around for 90 years, but that real specialized Shigeru Kawai that they have has been around for 20 years. And we're seeing it chosen more and more every year for competition, high-level competitions. These amazing pianists who've been playing forever choose a Shigeru Kawai, not only because of the way it sounds and the way it feels, but because of that carbon fiber action, a little bit more control in the action. We didn't want to talk about actions here as much. It's more about tone. But I do see that Shigeru Kawai pop up more. We saw it here just at the Gurwitz competition recently. It was chosen over the Yamaha and over the Steinway. So just incredible instruments. It was a treat for us to bring them to you today. Ted, you're an amazing piano player. I want to thank you guys again for watching. We're Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas, and you can find us online at alamomusic.com. I'm Patrick Marr. This is Ted Barsalou. Thank you guys for watching.